Hey everyone, Greg Kish here, founder and managing partner of Fusion Advisors. Over the last couple of decades, I have had the great opportunity to lead revenue strategy across some pretty high stakes environments, from SoFi Stadium in Hollywood Park to other global expansion work, influencing over 5 billion in revenue along the way. But, here's what that experience taught me. Most companies don't really have a sales direct problem. They have a revenue design problem. And that's what I want to unpack today. At Fusion Advisors, we see this all the time. Sales gets blamed first. The numbers dip, and the instinct is to just push harder. You need more calls, you need more pressure on you, more targets, more of this, more of that. But sales is just the visible output of a much bigger designed system. And when you think about revenue, think about how it's shaped, really by how your teams are structured, how your product is positioned in the market. Does your pricing make sense or does it not? And how are decisions actually flowing through the organization? If, your org chart or workflows or priorities are misaligned, then your sales team will always feel like they're directly swimming upstream, no matter how talented they are. So focus on fixing the structure, and performance usually follows. You can have an incredible product, but if the market doesn't fully understand the value, you're absolutely working harder than you need to. And at Fusion Advisors, we really treat storytelling as part of the revenue design, part of the architecture, not just the branding of said product or service or company. And what it comes down to internally, it's about clarity. I mean, if you know who this really is for and why it matters and why now, and you're able to tell that story out into the market, your narrative then aligns with real business outcomes, not just the features or the benefits of a product or service. So decisions get a lot easier. Cycles shorten. Confidence rises, and the storytelling is purposeful, not just fluff. It becomes leverage. A lot of companies really focus on chasing volume. So they're looking into, more leads and more activity and a bigger and better pipeline. But really in these fast moving markets today, velocity is what wins and efficiency around said velocity. And so, what does that mean? Decisions are made faster, more effectively. Teams aren't debating who owns what throughout the process. The pricing doesn't stall deals, and execution just feels smoother. It's not forced. And that's why our work really centers around 6 core pillars. We really focus on purposeful timelines, people and how they're positioned, the product and the process surrounding said product, how you're using data, revenue marketing, not just brand marketing, and storytelling. Underneath it all really is something simple that we focus on, which is, using clarity, authenticity, momentum, and precision throughout the process. So when those things are aligned, revenue just moves with purpose and there's no panic. So if your sales team is underperforming, please don't just stare at a dashboard. Look upstream and really ask yourself, is our revenue system actually designed for the market we're in today? And at Fusion Advisors, we don't fix sales. We take a step back and look at the revenue design, architect the structure that allows that revenue to scale. Scale calmly, scale predictably, and with momentum. So thank you all for watching. And if your organization is at that defining pivotal moment at one of those times, just we're happy to talk through what comes next.